Hello everyone, welcome to month 2, week 3. Lower body is back. So last week you had a little bit of a break when it comes to lower body. We did an upper body focused week. At some point in the future we will do a lower body focused week. I just kind of don't want you to hate me just yet because you know how it be with that lower body. Soreness for days. So bringing the lower body back today. A couple things about today, it is a little bit different. So we are going to have like a regular leg exercise. So example, like goblet squats or something. We'll do a full set of those. So, 10 reps, 10 to 12 reps, depending on how you're feeling. And then we are going to do a death by deadlifts today. So basically you're going to do a set of 10 reps of a dumbbell deadlift in between each of your other exercises. So let's say you have goblet squats first, which we do. You will do 10 reps of a goblet squat, immediately pick up your deadlift dumbbells and go into 10 deadlifts. Then you'll rest before your next set. We do that with every single leg exercise that we have today. Death by deadlifts. So you also need to keep in mind on a workout like this that maybe you don't want to go your heaviest dumbbell deadlift weight because you're going to be doing a lot of them. So it's okay though if you maybe choose that weight for the first set. So for the first exercise that we do, which would be 4 sets of deadlifts as well. So maybe for the first set or the first exercise, you do your normal weight that you've been doing for deadlifts. And then when we go to the next exercise and you're like, ooh, this is a lot of deadlifts, you go down, because we like to be a little bit sore the next day sometimes, but we don't want to just not be able to sit on the toilet, okay? And I know some of you are educators, and so you're going to be in the classroom this week, and you're going to be trying to help a 3rd grader, okay? So keep that in mind with the weights that you're having. But remember, with legs, we can go a little bit heavier. So we've got goblet squats, just like regular goblet squats, where we've got a dumbbell here and the toes are turned out, and we're just letting that dumbbell kind of hang between the legs. We've got heel raise squats, so we're gonna have something with elevation, either a plate or 2 books, something with about that much or even a little bit less of elevation that you can put underneath your heels. And our feet are going to be a little bit closer together on that one because we're kind of focusing on the quads rather than the glutes and the hamstrings for this one. Dumbbell will be here, heels will be raised, and we'll be here, okay? Another exercise that we're going to be doing is reverse lunges with the bicep curl. You're like, what? So we'll have weights here, 2 dumbbells, we'll do a reverse lunge, and we'll do a bicep curl at the same time, okay? And remember, we are supersetting every single exercise with a dumbbell deadlift. So I'm gonna go over the proper form for a dumbbell deadlift again here. So I want to turn to the side. I want you to put your hands here, and it's a hip hinge movement, okay? You only need to go a little bit past the knees. You don't need to be touching the ground with your dumbbells, and then you're gonna come back up. I show this every week because it's so important, and deadlifts are hard when you're not in person to be like, no, no, no. So we are not looking at a squat, okay? See how my knees on a squat? Watch my knees here, slight bend. Hips hinge, these knees don't move. I'm not squatting. I'm closing that invisible door with my bum, okay? So that's important for you to differentiate. Also, you can also go to YouTube. There's a lot of other resources out there. If you say how to do a dumbbell deadlift, they'll kind of be able to just you'll be able to slow it down and pause it and maybe get it in your brain. But remember, we are supersetting. So we're doing set of goblet squats, right into a deadlift, rest. Goblet squats, deadlifts, rest. And we're gonna do the deadlift superset with every single exercise that we do. So get that in your brain. You're like, what? Don't worry, we will have rest in between, especially with lower body. Sometimes your heart rate can get a little bit more elevated. The last thing we want to do is jump into an exercise already fatigued from the last set and not able to do our best work. It's not 95 degrees today in here. It's a rainstorm, so I'm super excited to not completely die of a sweat fest today on lower body. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Goblet squat is first. Remember, as we're going through these videos, if you've watched them before, but if you're new here, I want to let you know that sometimes I will give you a reference of what I'm using, but that's not a recommendation. Everyone does something different, especially if you're super new. And also, I switch weights out a lot, so I might start with a weight and then I go down. So I think I'm going to, since we're doing the superset and I don't want to die, I'm gonna do like 30, 35 for goblet squat, and then, yeah, 35. And then for RDLs, which I need to go ahead and have these real close by, I'm gonna do 30s for those just to start. But will we keep those as time goes on and we're on rep 500 of the deadlifts? We don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. We're gonna go for 10 to 12 reps of goblet squats. I want your toes to be turned out. Your feet are definitely wider than hip width here. Dumbbell comes all the way down. So just like that, yeah. I love starting out with goblet squats because I feel like they properly prep my lower body for the work that I'm gonna do for the rest of the workout. It just really warms up literally almost every aspect of the lower body. Good, this is 8. I'm gonna go for 12 reps. That's 9, 10, 11, one more, and then we go into that deadlift. Good, you don't have to like slam your weight or anything. Pick up those other weights. I'm gonna turn to the side to let you see this first set here of deadlifts. 10 to 12 on these two, okay? I would probably recommend 10, just because you're gonna be doing so many of these throughout the workout. That's 4. Halfway. 6. That's 8. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Keep those close by. This is where you take your rest, okay? We are keeping it, the sets and reps in regards to everything else the same. The deadlifts are just the only wonky thing today, okay? Shakes things up, I know. So we've got 3 more sets just like that. Goblet squat, straight into those deadlifts, okay? Take it. And then next exercise is gonna be those heel raise squats. So keep in mind, think about what you might be using. Just make sure that whatever you're using underneath each heel is close to the same height. You could also, since the stance is closer together, you can also use one big book. So you probably can fit both of your heels on like a book. So that's absolutely fine there as well. So we're gonna go into our second set of goblet squat to deadlift here. Toes turned out. There we go. If you ever see me squinting, just know that I naturally wear glasses. So when I'm doing these workouts and I can't wear my glasses, I'm always like, am I in the frame? Can they see me? What am I doing? I'm gonna stick with 12 here on mine. That's 9, 10, 2 more, 1 more. Good, put that to the side and immediately grab those dumbbells. I'm gonna face you this time. Going into deadlifts, sticking with 10 reps, nothing crazy. Good, this is halfway. That's 6. That's 8. One more. Good. Keeping those handy. Take your rest here. Yikes. It's the superset for me. So we've done 2 sets of the goblet squats with the deadlifts so far. I kind of want you to evaluate maybe how you're feeling. If you can go up in weight or not. For me, this is one of those moments where I'm not thinking about how I'm feeling right now. I'm thinking about 3 exercises from now. So because we're doing so many deadlifts, I'm thinking in my brain, okay, could we go up a little bit in goblet squats normally? Probably yes, if this was a regular set. But with the superset and the amount of deadlifts that we still have left with all the other exercises, I'm sticking where I am. Yeah, you gotta talk to yourself like that sometimes. So 2 more sets, just like that, and then we'll be golden. So I'm gonna stick here with this weight. I will have to keep an eye on time. These deadlifts can, doing a set of deadlifts in between each exercise can take up some time. So just gotta be aware of that. 5, I'm sticking with 12 reps here, but if you want a little bit heavier, you might not want to, that's okay. Good, that's 8, 9, 10, let's do 2 more. 11, 1 more. Good. Put that to the side. Pick up those other dead dumbbells facing you. That's 1. 3. 1/2. That's 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more. Good, take a rest. 1 more set of this superset. You are probably never gonna wanna hear dumbbell deadlifts again after this workout, huh? Probably not, that's okay. So 1 more set just like that, and then we have heel raise squats. I will warn you about the upcoming superset with heel raise squats and dumbbell deadlifts. Heel raise squats all on their own have always gotten my heart rate up. So, and it naturally probably will for you as well. So if it does, and then you're pairing it with the deadlift, I want you to make sure to give yourself the proper rest in between each set, just because I move on to keep this workout condensed in the time frame doesn't mean that you are ready to move on whenever I go into my other set. Please pause as needed to get your heart rate down to approach your next lift strong. Okay, last set of these, and then we're moving on. All right. Again, I'm sticking with 12. For the next exercise, you're gonna need that thing that you are elevating your heels with, and also, just like this exercise, 1 heavier dumbbell. You might not want the exact same weight because you're gonna be holding it differently. That can make a big difference. Give me 1 more. Good. Set that aside. Ooh, okay, other dumbbells. I would say last set of these, but that's just not the truth. Okay. That's 1. Don't rush through these. 6. That's 8. One more. Good. Take your rest. So I'm going to show you what I will be using for my hill raise squats. Same thing I've always used. Put them side by side, and I like to gauge before I start actually doing exercise. I put a heel on each one. See how goblet squats are out here? We're shifting to a quad focus move. So dumbbell's gonna hold here, and we're going down right here. Okay, we're still leaning back on the heels, even though we're kind of pushed forward. I want you to try to use your brain and actually focus on still sitting backwards, okay? Rather than, I don't want you to be doing this, okay? So, think about what weight you need to use. I'm gonna probably do 10 reps here, and I'm gonna do 30 on the dumbbell, and I'm gonna stick with 30s for the RDLs, I think, for at least this exercise. So we're just going for 10. That's 3. Halfway. We're not rushing. 6. 7. That's 8. Give me 2 more. Ooh, 1 more. Heart rate's up, I know. Still gotta grab those dumbbells and go into those RDLs, okay? Heels can stay elevated or not. That's 3. Sticking with 10. Good, halfway. Seven. 2 more. Take a rest. Take a breath. Heart rate is probably much more elevated this go around than the last one. That's A-okay, okay? You got 3 more rounds of that, so let your heart rate settle. Take some deep breaths. You can do it. Despite the cooler temps, it's still humid in here. Surprise, surprise. Also, I know this is faux fall, so it's not gonna last. It's just a big trick. That makes me really sad. We're almost dropped down. So as you can see, because of the supersets with the deadlifts today, you're not gonna have as many exercises, but you're getting in a crap ton of reps. So, and this is one of those too where today you might be like, oh, it's fine. And then tomorrow you wake up and you're like, I did a lot of deadlifts. So, all right, going into our second set here. Yikes. You got it. Sticking with 10 and 10. Five. That's 6. 8. 2 more. Take a deep breath. 1 more. Take a deep breath. Grab that other dumbbell. Deadlifts. Going in, even though heart rate's high. Rest will come, okay? Booty back. Halfway. Next one's 8. Give me 2 more. 1 more. Solid. Take a rest. 2 more sets. Just like that. Heart rate is high and I'm officially sweating. So, being what I am, and with curly hair, I try to like not wash my hair too much, you know, because I'm like, it's always getting sweaty, you know, it doesn't get oily. I mean, look at it. So, but this morning, you know, it was kind of hair wash day and I like did a hard speed workout and so drenched in growth. Washed my hair and I'm like, oh yeah, like it's not very hot out today, so when I record later, it'll be fine that I'm washing my hair. You guys, shoulda known, shoulda known, shoulda known. It's never okay. Not in the summer. I'm ready for it to cool down to where we're only showering once a day instead of like 3 times a day. Love it. It will be here. Okay, so we're gonna go into our 3rd set of these. Keep in mind that your last superset is going to be those reverse lunges with a bicep curl. And you're welcome, we're only doing 10 total, not 10 each side for every set. You're like, thank God, because we would be here forever. So, you got this. You're halfway with your workout already. And again, just because I'm doing 10, maybe you feel super strong this week, or maybe with the weights that you have available to you right now, you're pushing reps, 12 to 15 reps, because you're not able to, you know, go get heavier dumbbells right now, which is totally understandable. These things are expensive. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Grab that other dumbbell. Heels raised or not, doesn't matter. Up to you. Let's take these easy, okay? Remind your body it's not in danger. Halfway. Next one's 8. Give me 2 more. 1 more. Good. Take that rest. You only have 1 more set. Heart rate just keeps rising. Just keeps going. Ooh, towel. Thank you. So keep that in mind as you're going through your journey. The more months in here that you do, obviously, as you progress, you are gonna wanna go up in weight. You know, like you've been doing it for, you start to do the same exercises, you start to get stronger and you start to notice, I need higher weight, which is fine. If you have the means to like go get the heavier weights, to go set up right now, that's awesome. But otherwise, I don't want you to fret. So think about all those other ways that we can make progress and get stronger and make growth that doesn't require us to go get new dumbbells, which is maybe you go to higher up in reps, so you go 12 to 15 reps instead of your 10, or tempo work, so slowing down every single rep, making every rep a little bit more intentional. That's something that you can do. So again, or even adding a set. So like, let's say we do 4, but you are limited on your weights right now. You do 5 sets of each exercise. There's so many different ways that you can make growth in the meantime before you go get those new dumbbells, okay? I'm just trying to help you out here. So, all right, last set of these, and then we've got those reverse lunges with bicep curls. For reference, I will probably use 15-pound dumbbells for the reverse with curls. Okay, just kind of giving you an idea of where I'm gonna be. And then you'll only have 4 sets of deadlifts left. You're like, holy mackerel, it's catching up to me. I know. It always does. Next one's 4. Halfway right here. Trash man's here. That's 7. 8. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Grab that other dumbbell. Off we go. Hey. Okay. Remember, take it easy. You're not rushing. I know when your heart rate starts pumping, your body's natural reaction is just like, go, get out of here, like, do what you need to do to get this heart rate back down. And sometimes that makes us go through a set too quickly. 2 more. 1 more. Good. This is where you take a good rest, okay? Move everything out of the way that you don't need anymore because you're about to take up some space with lunges. So make sure there is space for lunges. And think about what weight you want to use. But do not forget, you're still keeping those weights that you used for deadlifts nearby because you're not quite done. And if you're wondering in your brain, how many deadlifts is this? Girly Pop, 120. So, yeah, you're gonna feel it. It's all right. Okay, so this next one, 10 total. Dumbbells here. We're gonna go for a 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. Superset with those deadlifts. This is your last exercise. So, yeah, we can handle it. I also want you to take your time on the reverse lunges. It's normal to struggle with balance. That's why we do these single leg things because, and I'm human too, you've all seen me fall out. I just get back in, who cares? That's the point. I don't expect people to just like perfectly do single leg movements. And especially as we get older, it's just super important to do these kinds of things and focus on balance. And I know in our brains right now, we don't want to think about things like falls and all of that, but we're doing preventative care right now with our fitness. It's not about aesthetics. It's about functioning. It's about being a grandparent. It's about being able to pick yourself up off the floor if you fall, all of that kind of stuff. So enough of the soapbox. You know how I feel. So going with reverse lunges here, 10 total. I'm gonna take my time. I'm not stressing. We've got time. That's 3. Halfway. That's 8, 9, and 10. No need to throw them. Okay, I know we're supersetting, but you also aren't rushing anything, okay? 10 deads. Yes, we can. 3. Halfway. 2 more. Rest. Let your heart rate get down. Check it, let it get down. Wipe your sweat. It's a hot yoga towel, by the way. It's really good at soaking up the mess. Yeah, that definitely needs to get down. So, as you can tell, this superset also, because of the lunges, is also gonna get your heart rate up. That's good, it's gold. Let it happen. Let it happen. Also evaluate how you're feeling right now, as we have 3 more sets just like that. Evaluate your weight. If you need to, definitely modify, drop the bicep curl. So if your like form is like insane, drop the bicep curl, do body weight only, reverse lunges, okay? Be kind to yourself. All right, second set of these. Heart rate's gonna stay kind of elevated throughout these, but we're almost done, so we can sweat our butts off and then be done, okay? 10 total, we're not changing anything here, okay? Sticking with the same stuff. Next one's 3. Halfway. Two more. Last one. Good. Deads. As in deadlifts, but I'm also dead. It works for both. Take a breath. Let it out. Three more. One more. Oh, it's getting to that point where I shut up a lot more. So, also on the reverse lunges, if you're like, she's not looking at the camera like ever. So for reverse lunges for me, because of balance and being a person, it is a lot easier for me to keep my balance and keep my focus if I find one spot like in front of me and I just keep my gaze on that spot, whether it's like the corner of the room, an object in the room, just something to where when you're doing those lunges, your eyes aren't darting all over the room, because that's how you're gonna lose your balance, is by like looking at all these different things. Your body's gonna go almost automatically to where your eyes go. So that's why I just kind of like laser focus on one thing and then call it good. So you're doing great. We've got 2 more sets of these. The last 2 sets, you're probably gonna have to like dig a little deep and kind of give yourself a little pep talk. Like, we can do anything for 2 more sets. We can do anything for 5 more minutes. So keep that in mind as your heart rate's rising and you're sweating and you're breathy, you're gonna be just fine. So going in, 3rd set, we're gonna be all right. Don't forget, modify by taking out the weight and the bicep curls if you need to, okay? We're sticking with 10 total, nothing changing. Take your time, you also don't need to go with me. Halfway. Two more. One more. Good. Drop those weights, getting close. Take some deep breaths here. Kind of go inside your mind and attempt to calm your body down. Halfway. 2 more. Last one. Good. Rest. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Your last set. I know my heart rate's been waiting for it, that's for sure. What's funny is, and I'm this way with a lot of workouts, I would hate to admit it, like indoor cycling, Peloton, or when I used to teach any of that stuff, lifting, at the start, I'll be like, heart rate's low, today's gonna be just cake. What are we worried about? And then, you know, about 30 minutes in now, I'm like, fooled yet again. So, last set, best set. Even though it's the last set, I want you to try to focus on your breath, to not speed it up. It's just not necessary. We're on time, okay? We just hit that 30-minute mark, so if you need to take a little bit more rest before your last set, feel the freedom to do so, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna get this done and you're gonna be out of here, okay? Aren't you so ready to be done with deadlifts? Aren't you so glad you had last week not doing legs? Same. Okay, here we go. Deep breaths. Halfway. That's 8, you got 2 more. 1 more. Good. Put those to the side, you won't need them again. Last set of deadlifts and then you're out. Yes. Easy. Halfway. Two more. Last rep. Put those away. If you're like me, you never want to see those weights again. Just kidding. So, amazing job. Death by deadlifts. You did it. You did it. If you need to, I would recommend, if you're able to, stretch or take a little walk around the neighborhood. Soak in a bath if you're able to with some salt. Do something to flush out the legs if you have like an indoor bike or something. Maybe do 15 to 20 minutes of like not heavy resistance, just kind of like pedaling at a decent cadence to flush everything out. This is one of those workouts where you might think you're okay tonight or even in the morning, and then later on you're going to be feeling the fact that you did so many deadlifts. So amazing, amazing, amazing job. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, need extra modifications, any help with macros, any questions at all, please reach out to me and the group. Otherwise, good job.